In a recent court filing on his secret materials case, Donald Trump's legal team referred to his tenure in the White House as his first term as president twice. The former president is accused of unlawfully holding on to confidential documents after leaving the White House in January 2021 and obstructing attempts to have them returned to the appropriate authorities, giving rise to a total of 40 criminal accusations against him. Trump has adamantly denied any wrongdoing and entered a not guilty plea to all charges. After winning several primaries, Trump emerged on March 12 as the frontrunner for the Republican nomination in the 2024 presidential contest, putting him in a potential rematch with President Joe Biden. Given that the former president is currently embroiled in 4 separate legal proceedings, attention has turned to what a second Trump administration might entail. On March 24, Trump's defense team submitted a 7-page document to the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida, where he is scheduled to go on trial in the case involving secret materials. This action was used to bolster his contentious attempt to have the charges dropped due to presidential immunity. The former president's team uses terminology from earlier filings when referring to President Trump's first term twice in the document. On the second page they write, "In 2 court filings in this case, the office has conceded that these alleged decisions occurred during President Trump's first term. Apparent actions and decisions during the tail end and 11th hour of President Trump's first term were mentioned 3 paragraphs later." The legal team representing Trump is contending that the criminal proceedings against him ought to be dropped because the president is lawfully exempt from prosecution for any actions taken while in office. In Nixon versus Fitzgerald, the Supreme Court decided in 1981 that the president is exempt from civil damages liability for official acts performed while in office. However, the court has not addressed whether this shield extends to criminal prosecutions. But now, the Supreme Court has decided to consider a case titled, "Whether, and if so to what extent, does a former president enjoy presidential immunity from criminal prosecution for conduct alleged to involve official acts during his tenure in office?" Professor of law at Syracuse University in New York, Greg Germain, predicted that the Supreme Court would not decide in favor of Trump because the cases against him are unrelated to his core duties as president. A president should undoubtedly be immune from criminal prosecution for certain fundamental official acts, but not for acts performed for personal benefit or unrelated to the office of the president, he stated. For example, the president ought to be exempt from choices made during a conflict. In a Politico/Ipsos study of 1,032 American voters, 48% of Republicans disagree that presidents should be immune from prosecution for crimes they commit while in office, while only 24% agree. In addition to the case involving the classified documents, Trump is being tried on criminal charges for allegedly planning to pay hush money to a before the 2016 presidential election and for breaking the law in the 2020 election both nationally and in Georgia specifically. Trump maintains that the cases against him are politically motivated and has entered not guilty pleas to all counts. Additionally, concerns about possible legal repercussions have been raised by the former President Donald Trump's bitter struggle with the court, which is reminiscent of earlier judicial disputes. According to a report by Fox News on Wednesday, March 27, 2024, seasoned former Watergate prosecutor Nick Ackerman has sent a strong warning to Trump, emphasizing the dangerous situation the former president may find himself in if he keeps up his unrelenting battle against the legal system. At the request of Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, New York Judge Juan Merchan placed a gag order on Trump, marking the latest twist in the story. With regard to a hush money payment case in particular, the gag order was issued on Tuesday with the intention of limiting Trump's public remarks. This action has brought attention to Trump's outspoken criticism of the court, which has led Ackerman to express his concerns about the possible legal repercussions. Ackerman voiced his concerns on the social media site X, which was formerly known as Twitter. He highlighted Trump's habit of insulting and threatening judges, prosecutors, and witnesses, characterizing it as self-destructive behavior that would result in the former president being imprisoned. Trump responded angrily and quickly to the gag order. He declared it to be illegal, un-American, and unconstitutional, and he said Judge Merchan was violating his personal freedoms. Trump went so far as to cast doubt on the judiciary's objectivity by associating the judge's ruling with his daughter's alleged ties to political figures who disagree with him.